This is a very, very tricky topic. I really don't like touching on these topics at all because people get offended. And the fact that I just said that people get offended let you know which way my views go. I believe that everybody has the right to do what they want to do, say what they want to say, act how they want to act. Do I agree with it? No, I might not. But just because I don't think something is right doesn't make it wrong. But at the same time, just because I think something is wrong also doesn't make it right, right? So Lil Duval was, I believe, on the Breakfast Club. And when he was on the Breakfast Club, he says that if he was to ever have sex with a transgender woman and he didn't know, the transgender person told them like after a couple months, like, hey, I used to be a dude or I was born a boy. He said, well, that gotta die. This is going to be my opinion on the situation and how I feel about the situation. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. When I say something, I mean what I say and I say what I mean, and I don't take it back for anybody. Trust me. If I say X, Y, and Z, it's X, Y, and Z. Period, point blank. I don't change it. I'm not going to turn around and change, oh, okay, I apologize because somebody got offended. No, no, no. I do think political correctness has just gone completely just ridiculous. Now, whenever anybody, because remember what Lil Duval is saying, he's saying that if the person told him that they were a woman and they've had sex, and after they had sex and built up a relationship, they then said, look, I was born a boy, that's when it would become a problem. Whenever anyone gets sex under false pretenses, I believe that this is emotional rape. So if a man games you just to get sex and he lies about who he is, his true intentions, and he makes you believe that he's something that he's not, and then you have sex with him under the impression that he is what you believe, that's emotional rape. That exists. And vice versa. There are women that use men and lie and get them under false pretenses, and that's emotional rape. It happens. Imagine if a man pretended to be a girl. So imagine you have a boy that's kind of effeminate looking, so he pretends to be a stud or a butch lesbian. And he went, when he got into a relationship with a lesbian who thought that that person was a butch lesbian, that lesbian, somebody gonna call out rape. You can't do that to people. You can't lie to people. Now, you have the right to make your choices and your decisions about how you live your life. You do not have the right to take that decision away from somebody else. You don't. If it was under false pretenses, therefore it's rape. Now, in my eyes, the only people that would have a problem with anybody that says that you have the duty to let the person know, the only people that have that problem is people that wish to deceive others. Now, I can understand that some transgenders may feel that they just want to put certain things behind them, hide certain things, and just live their life completely as a woman, so to speak. And some people may say that then they have the right to not declare that they were not born biologically a female. No, I'm sorry, but you do not have that right at all. Because that right takes away another human being's right and affects another human being in a worse way. If you are forced to declare that you are a transgender to a man that you like, the worst that will happen is he will reject you. And I know some people will say, but what about hate crimes? And what if they beat that person up? Trust me, if they were the type to beat you up when you're up front and you declare about your gender, then if you lie to them and they find out, they'll definitely do something worse. Definitely. But yes, you have to declare it. That person has the right to say, listen, sorry, I'm not with it. And does that make them prejudiced? No, I don't believe it does. Not even in the slightest. We all have the right to choose who we date. It's like when people say that nonsense about, oh, if you only choose to date within your race, then you're a racist. No, not even close. There's nothing racist with having a compulsory decision on who you date. And I, as a straight man, do not want to date anything other than a woman that was born biologically female. And this is not a preference. This is compulsory. It's mandatory. I refuse to date someone transgender, and I have the right to feel that way. What some people may ask, but why? Really? Really? But why? Firstly, I am entitled to believe what I want, as you are entitled to believe what you want. Let's look at Rachel Dolezal and Martina Big. They both want to be black women. They can tan, inject themselves with melanin, have as much surgery, and wear all the wigs they want. But to me personally, they will always be white women. It doesn't matter how they look. It's compulsory for me that my woman is a black woman. I have a preference for darker skinned sisters. However, I still like lighter skinned women, and I'm very attracted to them also. That's how preferences work. You like both things, but you like one more than the other. The clue is in the word prefer, right? But for me, a non-black woman is not an option. Now, when something is not an option, that's not a preference, that's compulsory, a mandatory final decision. Like Bruce Jenner, for example, he wants to call himself Caitlyn. That's fine. He has the right to do so. He wants to be called a woman and referred to as she. People who respect him and his wishes have the right to refer to him like that. Me personally, I don't respect him in any way, shape, or form. I have my reasons. So I still call him Bruce. Am I petty? Yeah. And I refer to him in the male format. Now, I know a transgender who happens to follow me on social media. They were also featured in my Still Black video. Her name was Shaikwa. Now, out of respect to Shaikwa, who is a transgender, I will refer to Shaikwa as a she and call her by the name that she chooses to be known by. See, that's out of respect. I'll do that. But even though out of respect that I do this, do I see them, in all honesty, as a woman? No. And I'm very upfront about this. And I've let that person know. You can't force that upon people. You can't force a man that sees red to say he sees blue if he does not see blue. If I know what a real Gucci bag looks like, and you come to me with a fake Gucci bag, and I can tell the difference, I know it's not Gucci. So therefore, I'm not going to buy it or fall for it. That's your business. If you want to rock the Gucci bag or the Fucci bag, but I know that it's not real. But I might nod and go, yeah, 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 you got Gucci. But deep down, I know it's not Gucci. Some people's argument is, okay, all right. And I've had this argument. What makes a woman? Well, biologically speaking, we're talking about uterus, womb, ovaries, vagina, and other female body parts, right? I have had transgenders argue with me on social media. And they go, but some biological women are born without, or don't have a uterus or a womb or ovaries or can't give birth to children, you know, as an example. Now, this may be the case. This is very real. This is true. But they have something that you will never have, and that is XX chromosomes. And you must respect that. You cannot say that you now have the same struggle as a woman or that you are the same as a biological woman because you're not. I understand the psychological impact and feeling that you were born in the wrong body. And because of the psychology behind it, I respect it. So then the argument is, oh, but these days some transgender women look just like real women, if not better. To me, that's debatable. That's debatable. If I was bald and I wore a man weave, yes, yes, I look like I have a full head of hair. But the reality is I'm bald. If you were a woman with ass shots, you look like you got booty, but the reality is you don't, unless it's fat transfers and whatnot, I guess. You got fake breasts. Okay. Some look good. Some look incredible. In fact, I've seen them. Some even feel real, but the reality is they're not real. There's no shade. I believe every woman has the right to make changes to her body or face that makes her feel beautiful. So you can look like the most realistic woman ever. You can look crazy beautiful. But the moment I find out that you were not born biologically a woman, then that's a no for me. In my Simon Cowell voice, that's an in for me. I don't see you as a woman, no matter how you look. Now, you can live your life how you want. You're not a woman, though, in my eyes. But I'm not going to chastise you or attack you for it. But I do have the right to make that decision when it comes to my personal life. Now, some men do not want to date a woman with breast implants, and they have the right to say no. Some women don't want to date short guys or bald guys or whatever, and they have the right to say no. I and many other men do not want to date or ever have intercourse with a transgender. I personally believe, me personally, I believe I can't be fooled anyhow. But To counteract, you could say, oh, I'll never date a woman that has had surgery, implants, or whatever, just to be on the safe side. But sometimes it's true, you just don't know. So that's why I believe it should be compulsory for people to be upfront from the jump about it. Anything that can affect your life should be in your hands. If I met a woman who had HIV and they didn't tell me, but they said, look, it was okay because I wore a condom. No, it's not okay. That was not your decision to make. I don't wear a condom so I can knowingly have sex with a woman with a virus. I wear a condom just in case to protect me. But if she knows, then she has the duty to tell me from the jump. And then I can make the decision if I want to go ahead with it. Now, please don't say, that I'm comparing transgender people to people with HIV because I'm not. It's an analogy. I use a lot of analogies, and there are many analogies for the scenario. We could do a million of these. So if I'm talking to a woman and she gets to know me and then she says, look, I used to be a man or I was born a boy. Yeah, I'm going to say that's a no for me. We will not continue this. Yes, you've been rejected. I don't do anything that will destroy my soul because to me personally, that will destroy my soul. And we both walk away. But if you lie and you take that decision away from me, I'm sorry, I agree with Lil Duval 100%. Now, a lot of people are saying, but he's inciting murder or this or that. It is the words that he is saying. He's saying that if he was in that situation, to be honest, when you're in the situation, you don't know what you'll do till you're in that situation. But because when the decision is in my hands, a transgender will never, ever be an option. Never. The same way as many things will not be an option for me. Could you imagine dating someone you thought was black or biracial, and you're a person who's not down with the swirl, and then you find out that they're really white, and they've had all these surgeries and procedures to change their appearance? No, they're not black. What would that do to you knowing that you've just gone outside your race and you never wanted to do that? But I'll be 100% honest. I've said the same thing that Lil Duval has said before with my own woman. Maybe I was saying it in jest, but I said, look, if this was to happen, something gotta die. People, I'll be 100% honest. I have said the same thing that Lil Duval has said before with my own woman. People may say, oh, that's extreme. Really, Angel? Murder, Angel? Yes, because I will not be in my right mind because you raped me. That's how I see it. You took a decision away from me, and that is rape. You can then use the argument when they say, well, if a woman is raped, does she have the right to see that person murdered? I'll let you decide that. Because some people say yes, some people say no. But if you take that away from me, that's rape. You have every right to live your life how you want and do what you want, and I will respect your right to do it. But don't use me as a pawn. I believe that it should be compulsory for them to be upfront. And I even agree, it's very rare that I agree with Charlemagne. But on this, what Charlemagne said, Charlotte, and I agreed with him. He said that if a transgender woman is deceitful and lies and said that they were born a woman and you have sex with them, and then after you've had sex, they say that they were born a man, they should be held accountable and they possibly should go to jail. He said that. Now, I don't condone murder. I don't condone anything like that at all. But we say a lot of things. Although we don't condone murder, how would you feel if we're talking about rape? We will then say in our own words how we feel. Should Lil Duval have said it on such a large public platform? Well, it depends. But in my honest opinion, I honestly believe that most transgenders who are honest and upfront would agree that you should be honest and upfront and not take that decision away. I believe they will tell you, no, you should be upfront. You need to declare that. I do not take anything back. Everything I say, I mean, and I mean what I say, and I stand by everything I've said. Now, I don't take little bits and pieces of what I've said. Listen to all of what I said and take it all in. Everyone has the right to live their life and make their decisions and their choices and have their decisions and their choices. And I believe this. We're talking about those who lie. That's what we're talking about. Just remember that. Peace, love, and coconut oil.
Hey man, that's racist. Please remember that from now on, brand new never before seen videos, as well as live streams, will only be available on my website, ikyg.com, via a Patreon subscription. ikyg.com is a Black-owned, Black-ran platform, 100% free from censorship. It's the only place where we don't have to worry about what we say and expressing ourselves. Make sure you check out the description and the comment section for important links, as well as information in video form that shows you what benefits you get when you support the site and join my Patreon. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, then don't forget to subscribe and be notified every time I upload a video. For exclusive content and perks, check out my Patreon. This is where we have private live streams, group chats, live Q&As, live phone calls, and open topics. This is a safe space where you can interact with other like-minded people, make friends, send each other direct private messages, and so much more without any trolls. And yes, you get to use GIFs and images in the live chats. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely independent website, free from censorship. If you'd like to make a donation towards the site so we can continue to put out the truth without fear of being silenced, then please hit that donation button. It's greatly appreciated. Check out the rest of the site for videos, private and public live streams, find out all the tea, and make sure to utilize the Black Money section of the website. Advertise your business absolutely free to people that look like you, free forever. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at angel_IKYG.